Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for joining. I'm Lisa Martins and this is your yoga recovery class. So this class is targeting sore muscles or after an exhaustion. So ideal for after a workout or if you're just coming back from a run. You could also use this class as a recovery class on your rest day or if you are new to the yoga practice. Feel free to grab a pillow, a block, anything that resembles to one, and I will see you in a cross-legged position. You're going to come into a cross-legged position, and if your knees are a lot higher than the hips, use your pillow now to sit on, so you have your hips a little bit higher. So your spine is straight and this creates more space for your breathing. You're going to close your eyes, bring your hands on your legs, chin parallel to the floor. And just take a moment here to center yourself and calming everything down, especially if you've just done a workout. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Do that one more time. Close your mouth now and just breathe throughout the class, in and out through the nose. So the longer you exhale or the slower the breath, the more relaxed you're going to be and the deeper the stretch. From this position, just take your right ear now towards the right shoulder, just giving yourself a bit of a release of the neck and shoulder. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. And from here, bring your hands on the floor, away from you. Extend your left hand up, side stretch. Extending all the way to your fingertips. So you're really getting the opening on the whole side of the waist between the rib cage. All right, let's bring your left hand behind your head. Open your chest up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and out slowly through the nose. Slowly change back to the center. Same thing, opposite side. Hands by your side or on your legs, and let's bring your left ear towards the left shoulder. Left hand away from you, walking your left hand and extending the right hand up. You could here, if you don't feel anything, you could have your elbow on the floor, but if you do that, make sure the seat bone stays rooted on the floor. So you can get the stretch that you want on the side of the waist. Same thing, hand behind the head, open your chest up. Gently come back to the center. And from here, you're coming on your all fours. So lose the pillow if you had one. And here, from an all fours position, step the right foot on the outside of the right hand and shuffle the left leg back to go into a dragon pose. So just take a moment first to tuck your left toes under to get into the back of your left leg. And you're going back and forth, just getting a bit more movement. You could circle your hips as well. And pressing your left heel back to get a bit more length at the back of your left leg. And from here, if you are feeling still energized, you could stay here, but left knee on the floor is really nice because you can really relax now into this position, dragon pose. Bending your elbows, maybe they reach the floor, maybe not. Use a pillow under your forearms or your elbows if your elbows are very close to the floor. And just take long breaths in and out through the nose. And even when you look down or forward, the sensation might feel different. So you could focus on lengthening your torso forward, or you can really focus on bringing your elbows down on the ground to get a deeper stretch into the hips. All right, let's bring your hands flat on the floor now. And come up into a low lunge. Spine is straight, draw the stomach in. The more you're going to squeeze your stomach in, the more you're going to feel this onto that left hip flexor. On your next inhalation, bring your arms up. And just take the right hand either on the right hip to extend the left hand towards the right, or the right hand could reach the floor. Use a block or a book if you prefer to have your right hand resting on that to fully extend through your left fingertips. Let's switch. Left hand on the floor, right hand up, opposite side. Let's come back up to the center now. Extend your fingertips a little bit higher. And let's go into the shoulders and the back a little bit more. Open your chest forward, bending your elbows. So you could stay here, you have your hands here on your knee, and the focus would be your hips, sending your hips forward, breathe in and out through the nose. If you want to go a little bit more into the shoulders and the back, you interlace your fingers and you open your chest. You could open the chest forward, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Staying here or going into that back bend. Fingertips towards the back of your left knee. Maybe they don't even touch, doesn't matter. Breathe. Very slowly coming back to bring both hands on the floor on either side of the right foot. Tuck your left toes under. Let's lift the left knee off the floor. So you have a break here on that left knee. And just taking the right hand up now towards the ceiling. Square your hips, so use the right thumb if you want to bring the right hip down so it's in line with the left. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Bring your left knee on the floor, right hand on the right knee. Bring the right foot at 45-degree angle thereabouts, and you're opening the right knee towards the floor, so you're rolling onto that right heel. You could stay here. For most of us, this is already plenty. If you want a little bit more stretch into that left quad, bend the left knee, grab your foot from the inside or the outside, and squeeze the heel towards the bum. Feel free to roll your knee, your left knee, a little bit more to a side, maybe the left side, so you're not directly, your kneecap is not directly on the mat. And feel that tremendous stretch onto that left quad as you squeeze your heel towards the bum. And opening your chest up. Let's prepare to release your foot slowly now. Look down. Left foot goes back on the floor. Right hand goes back on the floor. Send your hips back so that your hips are over your left knee. Extend the right leg forward. Flex your toes back for a half split pose. Inhale through the nose. And for this one, let's exhale slowly through the mouth. Keep breathing and lengthening your exhale. You could keep exhaling through the mouth or through the nose, but lengthening them is key to release all the tension in your muscles to deepen the stretch. Relax your forehead or relax your head completely as well. And then very slowly bending that right knee. Step the right knee back to come back on your all fours. Let's come into child pose for a moment here just to release everything. Let's do the same thing on the opposite side. Shift the weight forward on your all fours. Step the left foot forward on the outside of the left hand. Extend the right leg back. Tuck the right toes under. Lift the right knee off the floor and go forward and back again. So just a bit more of lubrication into the hips, into the wrist joint, and a stretch into the back of the right leg. Bring the right knee on the floor and tuck the right toes. Keep your fingertips pretty much in line with the left toes. And then start bending your elbows. Or keeping your arms straight, your choice. Relax your face. Inhale through the nose. Lengthening your exhale. Just take one more breath in this position. All right, let's extend your arms now and let's come into a low lunge. Bring your arms up as you inhale. Draw the stomach in. And let's bring the left hand on the floor or on the hip. Stretch with the right fingers towards the left side. Let's change. Right hand down, left hand to the right. Both hands up again. Elbows behind you. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you are bringing your hands on the knees. Doesn't matter. The focus in this case will be the front of the right hip. So you could send your hips forward and breathe slowly through the nose. Otherwise, you're bringing your hands behind you. You interlace your fingers again, stretching your fingertips back to stretch into the shoulders. Or going a bit more into a back bend, relax your face. One more breath. Let's come back to the center. Bring both hands on either side of your left foot. Let's give that right knee now a break. So tuck your right toes under. Lift the right knee off the floor. Extend the left hand up towards the ceiling. Good. So from here, let's bring out your right knee back on the floor. And you are opening through the crown of the head. Opening your chest up. Again, you could stay here. You could even have the right elbow on the floor to deepen the stretch into the hip. Or you can bend the right knee, grab your foot with the left hand. Roll onto the outside a little bit of that right knee. And squeeze the heel towards the bum. Just take one more breath here. Slowly bring the right foot back on the floor, left hand on the floor, hips goes back over the right knee, extend the left leg forward, half split. Square your hips a little bit more. Of course, you can bend that front knee a little bit here if that feels better for you. Inhale, let's exhale through the mouth with this one. You can practice your inhale through the nose for 4 seconds and exhaling out for 5, 6, 7 seconds, even better. All right, let's bend that left knee again. Let's come back into all fours. And from an all fours position, you're going to come into a downward dog. So the best way to start with a downward dog is to start with a plank. I promise you, you won't stay here too long. Fingertips will be spread wide. shoulders over the wrist. You fill up your upper back a little bit more, so lift between the shoulder blades, elongate your arms, extend your legs, heels over the balls of your feet. Draw the stomach in. And all you need to do now is to lift your seat bones up towards the ceiling to come into a downward dog. And this is the right distance between your hands and your feet, so you don't have to change anything. Bending the knees here, of course, if you have a rounded back, so you can lift your seat bones up and focus on elongating the spine. Heels closer to the floor if you're not rounding, to get the stretch into the back of the legs. And inhale through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. Let's look forward. Let's bring the right knee now behind the right wrist. Place the left knee on the floor and you are coming into Pigeon Pose next. If this is too intense on the right knee, the right heel goes under your right hip. If that helps you out today. Otherwise, shuffle your right foot more towards the left. Lengthen through the crown of the head, square your hips here, let the gravity do the job for you. Your hips sinking down towards the ground. In fact, you can stay here to encourage exactly that, the hips to go down more. Or you could bring your head down, or elbows, or both on the floor. Just take one more breath here. Let's bring your hands flat on the floor. Extend your arms again. You're going to roll on your right hip so you can swing your left leg forward. Place your left heel just outside the right hip or as close as you can. So you're coming into a cow face pose. It's to bring the heels closer to your hips to really get the stretch on your outer hip. You could stay here in an upright position. This might be plenty already. You're encouraging both knees to be as close together as you can. Or you could walk your hands forward. Completely relax your head. It's quite an intense pose, really. So really use the breath here to lose the tension on your face and anywhere else in your body. You're going to stay here for 2-3 more breaths. I'm going to give you a modification if it's too intense on the knee. You could extend your right leg. Same thing. Your left heel comes as close to the right hip as you can. Hands by your side or forward. Slowly coming back upright. And cross your legs in front of you. Come back on your all fours. From an all fours position, you are back into that downward dog again. And stretching it all out. Let's place the left knee now behind your left wrist. Same thing on this side. Extend the right leg back more. Square your hips, staying here. Or going all the way down to the floor. I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. And very slowly coming back into an upright position. Roll onto your left hip, swing the right leg forward, right heel towards the left hip again. Again, extend the left leg forward if that helps you out. So now hands by your side or walking your hands forward so your chest is pressing onto your legs so that both knees comes closer together. And yes, one side might feel completely different to the other as well. And enjoying the sensation. If you do have tight hips, this is a game changer pose. And it's slowly coming back. You're going to bring your feet in front of you. Final relaxation next. Bring your hands forward and with control, you are lowering it down, rolling down on your mat. Chin towards the chest, one vertebra at a time. And coming into Shavasana, your corpse pose. Close your eyes if you like. And wherever you are, feel free to stay in this very position. The longer you stay, the better to recover and to boost your recovery. Thank you very much for sharing your practice with me. I'm Lisa Martins. I'll see you soon.